Okay, so continuing into day two. So yesterday we did protein. We focused on protein with the meal plan. We're wanting to get 25 to 30 grams protein each time we eat, and ideally we are striving for 3 meals a day. And so just to recap also, whatever questions you girls have come up about anything, the meal plan, can I add this? Can I have snacks? What's a good protein? How much of this? I just post all of your questions in the group because the questions that you have, so many of the other women are going to have the same questions or very similar. So questions, absolutely post those, please. Okay. And all right, here we go. So today we're going to focus on, or I should say tomorrow, our action step is water. So nutrition is responsible for 80% of how you look, right? And water is what makes that, let's call it fluid, right? Because water is fluid. It keeps everything moving, keeps everything operating well. If you think of your body like a machine, your water is going to be the oil. So we want to keep everything well lubricated. Okay. Now, I'm curious. So, what is your water consumption like curiously or presently, currently? And what has your thought process been of, oh, well, I need to drink this much water? Has there been a specific amount that you've always believed to be true? So, Jen, prior to us working together, what were you like with water? Hello,
So
Colleen.
I was drinking like a gallon, and then you told me to take it down because I was having a problem eating. I couldn't eat enough.
Hmm.
And then that really helped. So I try to get 100 ounces still,
Hmm.
which
Yeah.
too, I don't have any problem with my water. I literally carry my water bottle around with me because if I don't, then I don't drink it.
Hmm. Totally. So with that, so you can see from what Jen just shared, too much of a good thing could be a bad thing sometimes, right? And so you'll also hear women say, well, I'm eating really clean. Well, sometimes when we're eating really clean, like too clean, and we're not adding other things in, it's not benefiting us, right? It's keeping us stagnant. It's keeping us still. We're missing certain things. So with that being said, there's only a few of you here, but do you girls or have you experienced anything related to perimenopause, menopause, any symptoms, hot flashes, mood swings, dryness, um, tanking energy in the middle of the day, cravings? If you have, you can even just raise your hand.
All of the above.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, well, not cool that you're experiencing them, but cool because this can help, right? So, with the water, so, all right, I'm just going to run through the benefits of water. And then we're going to go into, well, how much water should I drink? Because everyone's going to have a different sweet spot, right? And we're all going to have a different starting point too, based on where we are. So water is going to affect your hormones and your endocrine health. Okay. So your estrogen, your progesterone, and experiencing those in perimenopause. Here's the thing with that is if we're not hydrated and our bodies are slow and they're sluggish, our hormone delivery is also going to be slow and sluggish. So our liver works with estrogen, right? And if we're not hydrated, that means our organs are not hydrated. They're not working at optimum performance. So our estrogen detox is going to be lacking. Okay. Especially if we're not eating foods that support estrogen and then detox estrogen, right? So there's a couple pieces there. But really, we want to always start with the basics before we get into the finer tweaks. Okay. So it's the food and it's the water. So when you are hydrated, it helps with hot flashes. It will reduce them. If you experience headaches, it's going to ease those. If you still do have your cycle, it's going to affect your cycle in a positive manner. Also, it can help with cramps, any type of PMS-like symptoms. Um, so your cortisol, when we're dehydrated, it signals a stress reaction in our body, and that raises our cortisol, right? So that's a, oh my God, I don't have enough. So hydrating is also going to help you. So think cortisol is a stressed out state, right? Fight or flight. When you're hydrated, it's going to help to stabilize your mood, any anxiety, and it's also going to affect your sleep wake rhythm. Okay, it's going to help you fall asleep when you're supposed to, to wake up when you're supposed to. It's going to support your thyroid, okay? Because your thyroid depends on your liver and cellular uptake, right? Which is due to the foods that you're eating and hydration, your organs working the way that they're supposed to, okay? When you're dehydrated, that's also going to slow your metabolic rate, which we talked about last night, right? If we're not eating enough food, our metabolism is going to be downregulated. Now, if we start to eat enough food, but we're not drinking enough water, that can kind of, right? They kind of like clash. So we want to make sure that we're drinking enough water as we are starting to intake the nutrients that our body needs. Okay. It's also going to help with brain fog, any type of fatigue that you have. Okay. Like, where do I go? There's so many different aspects. All right, so let me dive into a little bit more of the sciencey part. So our bodies are made of 70% water, right? So would it make sense that what we're made up of, we need to make sure that we are intaking that, right? Our skin, our hair, our nails, our organs, everything is created from water, contains water. So think of yourself, your body like a sponge. And when it dries out, what that sponge, that dry sponge looks like, right? The feeling of it, the texture of it. A lot of times they smell, right? Now put some water on that sponge and look what happens to it. It comes to life. It's soft, it's supple, right? It cleans things. It's a totally different thing. It's a totally different object. That's exactly what our bodies are like when we're hydrated. So most women are dehydrated all the time. And so this is very common. And I used to do the same thing. I wake up and I go for the coffee first thing, right? Yeah. Well, when we sleep, we are dehydrating. So when we wake up, we are dehydrated. So if we go for the coffee, we go for the tea, we go for whatever the caffeine is, we're further dehydrating ourselves. And then we need to drink more water to get hydrated, right? So what we want to do first thing in the morning is we want to wake up our system. Remember the analogy, the water is like the oil, right? Our body is like the car, right? We have this beautiful Ferrari, and if we're not taking care of it, then what's going to happen to it? It's not going to be a hot Ferrari for much longer, right? It's going to start rusting. It's going to have problems, going to end up in the shop. Going to need some professionals to look at it, diagnose it. So, with that being said, when we drink the water in the morning, we are waking up our entire system. We're waking up our organs. We're waking up our metabolism. It's like that breath of fresh air. It's like pouring the water on the sponge. And then we can drink our coffee. So Jen and Colleen, and actually who we got? We got Nikki on here. What's up, Nikki? Welcome.
Right there.
Hi. All right, so you girls, curious, do you drink water prior to coffee in the morning and or let's also go to how much water do you know how much water you're drinking daily?
I do. I mean, I keep my water bottle on my nightstand, so as soon as I wake up, I drink it. I try to drink a cup of it, and then I go downstairs and have my coffee. But like this morning, I brought my water. I didn't drink any coffee until after I walked on the treadmill and drank the water.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
I try to drink a half a gallon of water a day.
Okay.
And since I work out in the morning time, I do generally get my water in before I start drinking my coffee.
Awesome. Yay. Okay, good. And how
Oh,
about you?
my biggest downfall.
Water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I can't drink it at work because there's no time to run to the bathroom. There's no one to come and take my class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
and
I'm
there's
trying.
yeah, and there's ways to work around that. And just note too that most women do struggle with drinking enough water. So it's a very common thing, right? I mean, think about when we were growing up. Did your parents ever say, drink water? I don't remember my parents ever saying that. I drank milk with everything.
And I've had and I don't know if you experienced this from going from up north to down south. The water here is awful.
Yep.
I have well water, and not only does it taste bad, it smells bad. I mean, we have, the machine, and I have water bottles, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it still smells.
It does. In New York, I drink right out of the hose.
Yeah.
Or right
Yeah.
out of the tap, but not here. Oh God, no.
No, no, no. I have water delivery. Yeah, there's a site that you can enter your zip code where you live and it tells you what's in your water. If you really want to stay away from tap water, just enter that. You'll never drink your tap water again.
I won't. We have two wells and they're both pretty awful that we've had to replace the faucets because they got corroded from the water.
Ooh,
Mm.
I have a
Hmm.
water cooler with the big 5 gallon jugs.
Yeah. Yeah, and really, I mean, it's like the quality of your water is also going to matter too. Like, are they putting things in your water? Are they taking things out of your water? You want to make sure that you are hydrating. So, all right, let's go into we'll finish the benefits of water, right? So, you're going to notice by drinking enough water, changes in your hair, your skin, your nails, your sleep, your mood, your digestion, your cycle if you still have it. What else? Bloating can minimize because when we're not hydrated, our body will actually hold on to water weight because she doesn't know when she's going to be getting enough water, right? So your lymphatic system too is going to benefit from hydration, and that directly affects your hormones and the circulation of them, oxygen delivery, blood pressure, heart rate variability, your lymphatic flow, right? If it has no pump, well, yeah, it relies on water, hydration, and movement. So if you're not hydrated and you're not moving, your limbs are like, so when you have a stagnant lymph system, you find that you're bloated, you feel puffy, you have inflammation, and your immune system is going to be sluggish. So if you find that, seasonal changes, you're getting sick or you get sick really easily, water is something that could be a key factor in that. Your joints, your muscles, your connective tissues. So our cartilage is 80% water. So if you have joint pain, if you have stiffness, if you find that it's really hard for you to do certain things like mobility wise, hydration is key, right? So our fascia, it helps that. It makes that supple. Again, going back to the sponge. So water, it's essential for workout recovery, to prevent injury, for muscle relaxation, for muscle hydration, right? To build new muscle. We need to make sure that we're giving our bodies all of the things. If you have challenges sleeping at night, something that we start to produce less of as we age is melatonin, right? It's going to help with melatonin production. It's going to help with regulating your body temperature while you sleep. It goes back to the hot flashes, the night sweats. Because if we're dehydrated, it can cause cortisol spikes in the middle of the night, which is going to lead to restlessness, waking up early, broken sleep, right? So there's so many different benefits to drinking water, and we're always like, oh, that's enough water. Let me get some juice, right? Let me get some other kind of fluid because it's tastier. And only pure water is going to do this for you. Okay. Okay. So with all of that being said, all the different effects that being hydrated has for you and the things that it can remedy, I want you to also look at it in the lens of it helps us age slower when we're hydrated. It regulates your hormones more gracefully. You can have even energy without having to take supplements for energy or rely on coffee in the middle of the day. It's going to support your body losing fat because as we're eating the foods that we're supposed to, and our body is wanting to lose the fat, we need to flush it out, right? Think of your fat kind of coming off and being like, okay, I need to go out, and it's waiting for the water to carry it like a whoosh, and there's no water. It's like, oh, well, we'll just land here, right? So we need water, we need hydration for fat metabolism. Um, you're gonna see brighter, more glowy, softer skin. I don't know about you, but as I age, that's so important to me is my skin. And that never used to be when I was younger, right? Now I'm like, oh my God. One of the best compliments is you look like you're glowing. You have such beautiful skin. And touching your skin and feeling the softness of it, it's smooth, right? Okay. So, how much water do we drink? What do we need? So the starting point for water, we want to be drinking half of our body weight in ounces a day. So if you weigh 120 pounds, then you want to be drinking 60 ounces of water each day, right? And that's like the baseline minimum, like, gotta get that in. So here is the key for that. If you're far away from the number that you need, number one, it's okay. Number two, we want to take the steps to get there. So, like we talked about last night, right, we don't want to change all the things at one time, and we don't want to add in all of this, right? Overwhelm. We don't want to feel like we're drowning tomorrow. Because if we feel like we're drowning and then we don't hit the goal, the next day, chances are either we're not going to do it or we're going to be in a really not so great state trying to get there. So if your water goal is, let's say, 80 ounces, but you're only drinking 30, let's try and increase it just a little bit. Let's do 40 ounces tomorrow. And then if we hit that, let's do 40 ounces again. Let's do that a couple times. And then let's increase it again. Okay, now let's shoot for 50. If you do 50 for a day or two, awesome. Celebrate that and then take that next step. Okay, 60. Because regardless of what the change is, whether you're going from 0 to 100, even if you're increasing it just that step in those increments, you're going to notice the difference. Right? So this is one of the things where you want to really own where you are and then where you need to be, and then have a game plan to get there. Is that landing for you guys? Cool. So do you girls do you know how much, well, yeah, you do know how much you drink. Do you know what that difference is from what you need now or where you are now to where you need to go? And if you want to game plan that, I'll help you game plan that.
Well, I'll need help Because I should be drinking 67 ounces, and I'm lucky if I'm drinking 7.
Okay. Okay. So if you drink 8 ounces of water in the morning before you drink caffeine, you're winning already. So that's amazing. Okay. So what is your schedule like going into work? Like what time do you leave your house? What time do you get up? What time do you leave your house? And what time do you get home from work?
I get up around 4:30, because taking care of all the animals inside and outside, and I'm codependent. I still cook everybody's breakfast and lunch, and I try to get the laundry done beforehand. So I guess I could try drinking it then. I don't leave the house until 7, and I try to leave school by 4:45, and then I'm home a little after 5.
Okay. And so do you have like a lunch period in the middle of the day?
I get a half an hour.
Okay. Okay. So what I would say is when you wake up and before you leave for work, I would set a goal to drink 10 to 16 ounces during that time. So that could be 2 cups, right? Like whatever size your cups are. So when you first get up in the morning, like right away, have some water, wake up your body before you start feeding all of the animals, right? And then maybe when you're making everybody breakfast, have another cup, and then you go to work. On your break, have another cup, another 10 ounces, 8 ounces, 10 ounces. And then when you're making dinner, try and have a little bit more.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
Can I use the regular water bottle? Because
yeah,
okay, I didn't know if it should be in a cup or because I have a water cooler, but I okay.
yeah, yeah, you can drink it out of whatever you want. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
totally.
I'll give that a whirl.
You're welcome. Yeah, let us know how it goes. You got this.
Thank you.
You're gonna notice some big changes too.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
excited for that. Awesome. And how about you, Nikki? Whoops.
I think I'm pretty good on the water. I think sometimes I'm drinking too much because I really need like 80 ounces,
Mhm.
80 ounces of water. And you got me drinking out of a jar, that mason jar.
Mhm.
And I found that it's harder for me to get my water in by drinking it. I guess because I have to keep refilling it.
The mason jar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try and do better because I do actually like drinking out of the glass jar instead of my plastic gallon jug.
It's fancy.
It is fancy.
Yeah. Well, and so with that, if you have the same mason jar as mine, where is mine? So it should be 32 ounces. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I just fill this up as soon as I get up in the morning and I drink one of these right away before my
Mm-hmm.
coffee. And then I only need 2 more of these for the day. And so technically I don't need 2 more, but I feel the best drinking like around 90 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you're drinking 80 ounces, then yeah, you're like just under 3 of these.
Okay.
But and that's another thing too that I find with a lot of my girls, right, is if you have something that you really like drinking out of, you're more likely to drink out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I drink out of this, Nikki drinks out of this. I have a whole bunch of other clients that they decided to get themselves a big mason jar, and then this is just what you drink out of at the house. And then if you leave, right, like Buffy has she got a new water bottle. Jen has a big water bottle that she carries with her. And so if you have it with you all day, you're more than likely to drink your water versus if you have to go find water somewhere. Right? I got to stop at a gas station, I got to buy it. You're not going to stop and buy it. You might do that once in a while, but you're not gonna. So treat yourself and buy yourself a beautiful water bottle. Go on Amazon, go to Target, Get something that's really pretty that you want to carry with you, and something that is a good size so that you only have to refill it a couple times. And then, boom, your water goal, it's hit, and you're going to feel amazing.
And Colleen, I found that it's easier to drink out of a straw than
Hmm.
to use a straw. It's easier to use a straw. Like you get, it's for some reason you get more water. You drink
Try
more
that.
water when you use a straw.
Because you
I'll
can suck it
definitely try
down.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You suck it down, suck it down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And then, so last piece. So when we eat, so we talked about cortisol, right? And being in a stressed out state, flight or fight. A lot of times we are sitting down to eat in a stressed out state as well, whether it's good stress, bad stress, right? We're working, we're talking, we're fighting, we're excited, we're whatever that is, right? So we want to make sure that we can put ourselves into a rest and digest state while we're eating so that our body can take the food, digest it, assimilate it, right? Do what she needs to do with those nutrients. Because if we're in fight or flight, the blood is flowing to our limbs. Our body thinks that we're running from a predator. So all of the blood is going to our brain. It's going away from our digestive organs. So it's very easy for our body to store fat when we're in that state. So the easiest thing to do to get out of that state is just breathe a little bit before we eat. So that's also going to bring you to a state of presence, right? I'm here, I'm with my food, it's time to eat. I'm telling my body that it's safe, I'm safe, we're going to have this meal that's going to support us, right? So you can do a 5-5-7 breath. So you're going to inhale for 5 seconds, hold it for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 7 seconds. You can do different variations of that. You can do 4-4-7. You could do 4-5-7. You could do 6-7-8. You just want to make sure that your exhale is the longest part and you're focusing, right? So you're inhaling. And when you're doing that, be present. Feel the air going into up your nose, into your belly, hold it, and then long and slow. So if you do that 10 times, your body, boom, rest and digest state, ready to eat. And anytime you're in a stressed out state, you can use that breath to take you out of that stress. Okay. It's like saving grace, and it's free and you have it on demand. So use your breath. It is your life force energy. Do you girls have any questions on that?
Um, how do you feel about the sugar-free liquid IV?
Sugar-free liquid IV. I don't think I know what that is, but it says sugar-free, so it's probably not amazing.
Yeah, it's to hydrate you better. Like it's electrolytes that you it's just a powder that you put into your water.
Oh, it's the liquid IV. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
electrolyte.
yeah.
Yeah. As far as I know, so I don't know what the sweetener is in that. I would just check out what the sweetener is in that. But electrolytes are good. Yes.
I forget what it is. I'll have to go look at it.
And it doesn't take the place of water though.
Okay.
Yeah. Only pure water. So
Sometimes
elect
I was trying at one point I was trying to drink just one packet a day just to get, the extra, but I haven't been drinking it. But sometimes like while I was drinking so much water, it felt like I wasn't getting enough hydration.
yeah, because you weren't holding on to it.
Yeah.
So when that happens, a pinch of pink sea salt
Hmm.
in there or a little bit of lemon will help you retain the hydration and the minerals in the water. There's also like minerals that you can get to put in your water, but honestly, usually the pink salt usually does it. And it's not like, don't make your water like ocean water. It's just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay.
Hmm. All right.
Do
Any
y'all tend to eat in front of the TV or at the table where you focus?
So when you eat in front of the TV, you it can very easily turn into mindless eating. And so, with that, have you experienced you'll sit down and you'll eat your food and you're watching TV and then you look down and your food is gone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're like, damn, especially if it was a good meal, you're like, it's gone, or oh, there's only a bite left. Right? And it's like when you get into a car and you're driving somewhere and you get home and I don't even remember the ride because our mind was thinking about all these other things, right? It was like autopilot. So when we do that and we sit in front of the TV and we're mindlessly eating, many times when we're finished, we're not satisfied and we still want to eat more.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a lot of women, that can turn to, oh, well, now I need something sweet,
Mm-hmm.
or now I get dessert, or now they're looking for something else to satisfy because your body hasn't made the association yet because it takes like 20 minutes to hit. So if you can sit at a table, try it. If you need something like, if you need noise, right, or some type of stimulation, put on some music, listen to a podcast, have a conversation with a friend, right? And while you're doing that, it's so much easier to stay present because you can look at your food.
Okay.
Yeah, give that a whirl. Awesome. Good questions. Very, very good. Okay, wonderful. All right. Anything else, my girls? No?
Oh, I have a
Okay,
question.
go ahead.
So are we going to be meeting this way? So you'll
Mhm.
just send the link and okay.
Yeah, so I created a event in the Facebook group and it has this link in there and it also has the Zoom ID. So it's going to be the same one every night at 7.
Okay. All right. I went to last night and I was trying to figure it out from here. So I'm not on the phone.
Okay.
So I can figure out how to mute and not mute because
Yeah.
I'm not very techy. But all right. So it would be on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's in the Facebook group. And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that I invited you to it. Once you scroll down, you'll see it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Well,
the
I,
group
I
post.
clicked on the text that you sent today. So if not, I could just do it that way.
Okay.
It
All
it
right.
says it'll ask you if you want to add it to your calendar, and then you could set a reminder. So like I have mine remind me at 6, and then it stays on my phone like, hey, do you want to join this Zoom call? And then you just press it
Okay. But do you go on your phone or on your computer?
on my phone.
Okay. Yeah. I couldn't figure out how to do it on the computer. So, but
Good.
I'll do it that way too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. I didn't even know that did that. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, my girls. I look forward to seeing your posts in the group and kicking some more ass. Let's chug that water tomorrow.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Bye, girls.
Bye bye.
Bye.